Do you remember the days where you used to come home from school and you used to chuck off half your uniform and the other half is still on? Shoes here, hair's a mess, bags thrown somewhere across the room. You sit down, you press that eject button, and then the panel opens. You get a CD, put it inside the panel, close the panel, and then you switch the game on, and that loud triangle logo comes on Sony PlayStation onto the screen, and then you start playing Crash Bandicoot or whatever you were playing. I was playing Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. What a game. And then 5 minutes later, your mom comes in screaming at you, why have you not taken your uniform off properly? Why have you not washed your hands? Why have you not washed your feet? Why have you not washed your armpits? So you get beaten up for a little bit, and then you have to go eat food. And after you eat food, then you finally sneak back onto the PlayStation, and then you're finally playing. I have missed those days quite a lot. Okay. And what I've recently realized is I don't enjoy gaming anymore. Okay. And I have a PlayStation 5, I have a Nintendo Switch, um, but there was just something missing. And it wasn't until recently where I saw an ad, okay, for a game that I played when I was 12, I think. And I saw an ad that that game is being remade and is coming back. It wasn't until I saw that I realized, wow, I have lost touch with one of my favorite hobbies. However, with the state of games at the moment, PlayStation is not even making discs anymore. What the heck? And everything else is too expensive. I really wanted a Nintendo Switch 2, especially to play this new game. Honestly, I looked at the price and I thought, hell no, I'm not buying that. So I got my wife to buy it for me for my birthday instead. Honestly, look at this, yeah. First of all, wow, yeah, pristine. It looks so quality. This, yeah. Honestly, this is so sick. Like even the features and stuff. Like the fact that what my favorite part about Nintendo is the fact that they come with two controllers. Like back in the day we used to play and you can actually play with each other on the same console, not this online garbage and you have to subscribe and blah blah blah. You literally just play together. Honestly, me and my wife already played Mario Kart Tour. No, what is it called? Mario Kart World already on this. It's so fun. But honestly, playing on this brought back so many memories of how I used to play and what I used to play and how fun gaming was. And obviously, I've entered the world of I'm a dad now. I've turned 30 now, feeling old, bones are creaking, hemorrhoids forming. And I just really miss those days where we used to just sit down, tune off, and yeah, okay, it might be a case of I'm addicted to games, or I was addicted to games, and I was getting shouted at by my mom. But one moment I'm getting shouted at, and then 20 minutes later, there's a plate of samosas and fita, as we call it, those yellow circle ones, a plate of them right next to me. And the problem wasn't sneaking around playing games. The problem was not trying not to get oil on the controller, so when my brothers come back, they won't beat me up. Gaming was so fun, and it was so the games were fun. First, let's start with the games. The games itself, the adventure games especially, oh my gosh, they don't write stories like that. They don't make the gameplay fun like that anymore. It's just, it was another world, like Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot, um, Spyro, Street Fighter. Even the games that you play together on the sofa, like Street Fighter, Soul Blade. There was one I think on PlayStation 2. It's called Soul Calibur. Tekken. Oh my gosh! And then there was FIFA Football 2003, which I had. These games were life. Like they used to take so much of my time, but they were so fun and so worth it. And then once you finish playing them, even if you've clocked the game, you will log back into that game and then you will try to clock it a second time or third time or find a secret or something. But they don't make games like that anymore. They make them bloody boring. And that is why, after so much time has passed, I'm so grateful that I finally got this because I've been seeing the games recently on this and they are amazing. They feel fun, they got good adventure. No, they feel fun. They have like the adventure's fun, the gameplay's fun, and that is what I've been wanting for so long. The next thing I want to talk about is the actual consoles itself. Like obviously, I started off with a PlayStation 1 and that was so fun because it's my first game console. My brothers had that and then it was passed down to me, which is something like we don't do anymore because stuff expires or it's not compatible or blah blah blah. But PlayStation 1, it lasted so many years. People on PlayStation 2, but I could not care. I was playing those same old games, Final Fantasy 7, Crash Bandicoot 2, Soul Blade, Street Fighter, Alpha 3. Tekken, some demos. That's all I was playing repeatedly, and I couldn't be more happy. And then after that, then I think we got the Nintendo. No, actually, I got this next. I got the PSP. My uncle got me this, and then I was addicted to this. The PlayStation One was no more unless family came around, because you can connect all the controllers and you can play together. But then you had this, which I used to be addicted to so much that it was confiscated. I think this has been confiscated more times than I've actually played on this console. But the PSP was my first handheld. I didn't ever get the DS and all that stuff. And this was fun as well. You had Crash Team Racing, you had adventure games. I got Final Fantasy on this. Final Fantasy was one of my favorite games of all time. But this is such a chunky console as well. It's so nice. I wish this didn't like run out of battery or whatever's wrong with it, and because I'll probably still play this today. But this was really fun. Used to try my best to hide and play this under the duvet, but I wasn't slick enough to get away with that. So that was that. And then the Nintendo Wii came along, and that was so fun because obviously family time. I feel like that was the first console that actually brought family together, and like you actually could do like family activity. Even like we're Asians, right? So Asians, the only family thing that I feel like Asians do is talk and watch TV and maybe the World Cup or cricket or something like that. But with the Nintendo Wii, it brought families together. You had old aunties and old uncles fighting on Wii Sports boxing. Now that is a memory, a core memory that I'm going to keep locked away forever, because I think everyone should experience an Asian uncle playing boxing on Wii Sports. Okay, that is one of the most funniest things I've ever seen. But I wouldn't have had that memory if it wasn't for the Nintendo Wii. So that was one of my favorite consoles. Then later on, I got this handheld. This honestly, I actually got this because I wanted to play Pokemon. That was it, and I think I ended up playing Zelda Majora's Mask on this as well, which was really fun. But everyone else had the flippy ones, the foldy ones. But I was happy with this because it was cheaper, and I really just wanted to play Pokemon and that Zelda game. And then you had the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, but they were just so. There was something about them. They were so fun. They had their time. Call of Duty, Zombies, and Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2 in Terminal, and Rust and all that, all that stuff. That was so fun for the time. When you got to PlayStation 4 and 5 and then Fortnite came along, they the thing that made me put off gaming after that, it was more that the PlayStation, they just wanted to sell me stuff. And that's not why I play games. I play games to have fun. So luckily I had the Nintendo Switch. Um, and the Nintendo Switch got me through it with all the Zelda games that I played on it and other games. And finally, I've got this bloody behemoth of a console, but sick. It is so fun to play on this. You can play Animal Crossing, you can play whatever you want. That's beside the point. But they don't want to sell me stuff. That's what I love about it. I love the fact that I can just play it for the adventure, for the game, whatever it is. And then another thing, look, you can detach this like the Switch, but it's bigger, and you can play together as a family. So you got that thing back again. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure they've got like old games, or they got Nintendo Switch Sports and stuff like that now that you can play. But it's just so fun. Do you know what I mean? It's so fun, and it brings back those core memories of why we played games, which is just literally just to have fun. I am 30. I do have stuff going on. But when I play games, I want to be immersed. So I'm definitely going to be playing adventure games. There's so many games out there right now that are so nostalgic. Of all games in the history of games, Final Fantasy and Zelda are the best games, adventure games, to have ever been made. And if you disagree with me, you put in the comments what game you think is better than Zelda or Final Fantasy, and we'll see if you can change my mind. But definitely going to be playing those games. There's also some soft games that I like playing. Yeah, now don't judge me, but I love Animal Crossing. It's just peaceful. It's just there's something about it that I like tidying, and I like um, organizing stuff. I feel like that game lets me do that. Back in the days, I think the equivalent of Animal Crossing would be like Sims. I think. But I didn't even really play Sims. I found them creepy, like the way they looked. But Animal Crossing is these little chibi little characters, and it's fun. And the last thing that I am setting a challenge for myself to do is to try and get my wife into gaming. Okay. Now, I like gaming. I love gaming, and I love watching anime, and I love watching general TV. But some people don't share these interests, some people would rather shop and go outside and shop, or maybe stay inside and go on their laptop and shop. But for me, I feel like there are certain experiences that these people are missing out on. So definitely, one of the challenges that I'm setting for myself is to get my wife into gaming. Then hopefully, when my kid grows up, he can see that, oh, gaming is like a really cool and nice thing that you should do, and I shouldn't get a phone. I don't need a smartphone or an iPad and watch Coco Melon or whatever. I can just play games. I would love that because, well, because gaming is the best. And finally, I would love to personally play games on this channel. It's funny because, oh, let me tell you two funny things, right? This time last year, I made a video and I released a video, and I was on holiday and I was talking about, oh, I want to get back into books and reading books. The same chapter I was on that day, I'm still on that same chapter over there in that book, and the book's right there, and I've not touched the book. And the same goes for the game that I last played on this channel. No, one of the games I played on this channel, which was Tears of the Kingdom. I still haven't progressed in that game because after that I got busy and I was doing stuff. So I would love to play games on this channel. I'd love to play games that you would watch. I'd love to play games that I'll enjoy, but not competitive games because I honestly, well, not right now. I just have no interest. But I'd love to play adventure games or something like that. So if there's a game you'd like to see me play on this channel, and if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see me play and what you play yourself and any other stuff that maybe resonated with you in this video. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. But until next time, I have some catching up to do, and you have catching up to do with that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, until next time, goodbye.